Enjoy your nightmare.
I have got
This ninja will be his nightmare. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are playing Esper with Extraction Specialist, something that should have happened long time ago. The card is amazing, and you can clearly see it in the results. We actually won all of the games we have played in Mythic, and that is something I did not expect. What more, deck really carries out always, and everything just is a synergy with itself, like everything works with everything. So the results are definitely here. You can see the stats, and I think the most important part is what is in the deck outside of Extraction Specialist and why the deck works so well. So let's go into the deck intro. Alright, and now we are finally in the deck. So what's going on? Why this deck wins every single game in Mythic? Because of this insanely strong card. Honestly, this deck is so fun to play. I generally don't like Esper that is aggressive and not like full control mode with counter spells, removal, sweepers, but this one is super fun because we have so much interactions with the deck. So, of course, Extraction Specialist, 3 mana, 3/2 lifelink, which is already amazingly strong stat line, to be honest, especially in such aggressive meta. Lifelink is just premium. And what more, it actually gets you back another card. It has to be a 2-drop, and the drawback is that it cannot attack or block. We use creatures that do not care about attacking or blocking. Hell, even they very often don't want to attack, like Aspirant, because that's not the target that you want to trade with anything. So we don't really care. And basically you get two, like the value you get for this 3 mana is just actually insane. Even if you go for the Professor, it's already 5/3 in stats, sooner or later, and all the ATB effects and things like this. And with Aspirant, it's basically already 5/4 as well, that keeps growing every turn. And this is just your 3 mana play. It's not like your late game, it's not a 5-drop, it's just a 3-drop that you can play against enemy 2-drop like Harvester. So the value already from the start of the game is insane, thanks to the fact that our deck plays a lot of 2-drops, so we can benefit from Specialists. It means that your openings are usually extremely strong, because you have Aspirant, which is already insanely good card, Professor, even Acquisition Expert, and this is very fun interaction. Usually you consider it 2 mana, enemy discards 1 card. Not in this deck. We have Cleric. We have another Cleric. And guess what? Legion Angel is Warrior. We can actually go up to 3 cards from the enemy hand, which is basically like targeted discard for 2 mana that we can replay with Extraction Specialist. Like, this card is actually insane. This is so far the best deck that I have used Acquisition Expert with, because just of the types of creatures. And what more? Professor, amazing with teachings. The fact that you can refill the hand while still putting pressure on the board and forcing enemy to remove a 2-drop so we can get it back with Extraction Specialist is just insane. The only thing that pains me is that we need to waste 3 slots with Legion Angel, and in this deck you actually very often use all the cards from your sideboard because you get back so many Professors. Don't forget you can use the Learn ability to cycle one of your lands into value card, or another land in the worst case, but this is actually something you might need in this deck when you are out of your sideboard, so don't waste the ability, right? And sometimes it's actually better to draw cards from your deck. Like, safe bets is environmental science, but if you have a lot of lands in the hand, you don't need it. And Mascot Exhibition and Teachings are the value cards. If you don't have anything to remove, like Reduce to Memory isn't needed, so sometimes you just want to cycle the lands, and it's just better because our freaking cards are amazing in the deck. So those were just the 2-drops, and by the way, Can't Stay Away, card that you might not seen too much because nobody plays it. In this deck it's actually amazing. It basically does what Extraction Specialist does, but up to 3 mana cost and without a drawback, and it has also a flashback, so you can cast it later in the game. So for example, if enemy sweeps, you just get back Extraction Specialist, this gets back the Professor of and then you get Mascot Exhibition out of Professor, and suddenly enemy just swept, and for basically 2 or 5 mana, you refill everything, and you keep putting threats turn after turn after turn. So even if enemy has sweepers like 2 times or 3 times, it does not matter. You can refill the board extremely well. This is probably one of the decks that can refill the board in easiest manner, thanks to Extraction Specialist. This card alone basically makes a threatening board with Aspirant. So we play this, and enemy needs to sweep again, or he dies in 3 turns. Legion Angel, of course, very strong card. Really like this in this deck because it gives you this card advantage that you sometimes might lack. Kaito is one card, but it makes a big difference for the deck. And don't forget, we have ways to pump our creatures, and you will see it in one of the games. Like, really, this ninja can be so threatening, you will never laugh at this 1/1 ever again. We have Raffin, we have Elspeth, we have Luminarch Aspirant, like we have Kaya even. We have Wandering Emperor. We have so many ways to make this ninja an unblockable angel that deals like 5-7 damage. And this is very often how we win the games, because enemy usually can chump block for a long time, but if you keep attacking him for 5, 6, and 7 then, he really dies quicker than usually, believe me. And with that being said, we have some interactions. So we have 4 Vanishing Verse, insanely good card. It can answer whatever problematic thing enemy has, like Fable or, Gordspan, or just like cheaper creatures or planewalkers that we cannot deal with directly. We have only one Meathook Massacre, something to consider, but generally we have so many creatures that it's hard to outpace us, even against aggro decks. Like, we have ways. Especially that aggro decks love killing your creatures, so then you have easy time with getting a true drop back with Specialist, so you always get 2-for-1 basically. And I need to keep removing it. Specialist is way too threatening to live alive, so they need to sweep it the next turn, and then you get the other creature to block, so pure win. And what more? Obscura Interceptor, this is something that you will use tactically, just to, put this one spike in the enemy plan that he will die to your creatures. This one turn that he needs to sweep or he needs to react because he dies next turn, that's where you want to keep this 4 mana for Interceptor. And we have a lot of mana in this deck, so very often you can cast like Emperor or Legion Angel and then keep the mana for Interceptor, so you can build up your board while still keeping a counter spell. So that's insanely good, and it adds to the pressure. And my true hero of the deck, Elspeth Resplendent. 5 mana creature that will make any of those creatures that we have talked about into unkillable, insanely strong angel. What more, she has ultimate that activates in like turn 3. So not only she is threatening, she makes every minion threatening, but in the process she becomes the win con in itself basically. So enemy is busy dealing with all those creatures that you pump, and he still somehow needs to deal with Elspeth. So this is actually really fun because Vigilance helps so much with defending Elspeth. Usually Vigilance is the first thing you do, unless you are like basically dying and then you go for the lifelink. And then each one of those creatures can keep attacking, pressuring, and still defending Elspeth, so it's basically a nightmare for the enemy to get rid of her. And with 6 loyalty on turn when she comes into play, oh boy, like you need a lot of damage. Okay, so of course we have Lolth. Honestly, I was thinking about Lolth in this deck. I'm tempted to just go with 3 Elspeth. But to be fair, like having multiple planewalkers is generally beneficial because you can cast all of them if you overdraw. If you have 3 Elspeth, you need to wait until she dies, so basically your hand doesn't do anything. You cannot stack the value. So this is why we have 3 planewalkers, and each one of them works in a very similar matter, but in a different matter. Kaya benefits from minions by basically protecting them. This gets value from minions by pumping them and making them huge threats, even the small spiders or something. And this gets value by minions dying when they inevitably die somehow. So each one of those planewalkers has a really strong spot in the deck, and I don't think any of them should be removed. So unfortunately, Elspeth, only 2 of you. Okay, other than this, of course, we have standard Esper mana, nothing to talk about. Sideboard, pretty standard, reduce to memory answers everything. Teachings is the most important card. Honestly, I could see reduce to memory or environmental science, probably reduce to memory, reduced from the sideboard in favor of another teaching or mascot exhibition, because you have so much mana usually that you just need a lot of value in this deck. And with that being said, results speak for themselves. I honestly felt that this deck is really strong when I played it. I felt that in a lot of games enemy couldn't handle, like it was the question of time. Even if he got like 1 or 2 lucky draws, we would just continue with our plan and grind them. Like it's basically going card for card until then they have no cards and you have like 3 cards in the hand. Every card that we use is basically X for 1. Legion Angel is 4 for 1. Extraction Specialist is 2 for 1. Kaito usually 2 for 1. Emperor 2 for 1. Elspeth Infinity for 1 because of the shield counter, and in this deck Elspeth -3 is amazing. You can hit Extraction Specialist, that will hit one of those creatures. It's insane. You can even discard cards with this -3 if you hit Extraction Specialist into Acquisition Expert. And yeah, this is Rogue by... Oh, actually we can activate all 4. So we have Rogue, we have Cleric. Oh no, this is the Rogue. Okay, so still 3. Yeah, okay, I got excited for no reason. But you get the point. We can really discard at instant speed. We have so many good targets for Elspeth. Usually the problem with Elspeth is the fact that you play control, so you don't have a lot of creatures, so -3 is usually a bit crappy. Not in this deck. In this deck you actually have amazing 3 drops, and all of them nearly are perfect for Elspeth. Okay, that was a strong introduction. I hope. I think I introduced all the synergies and the game plan. The deck is really fun. Try it if you like Esper, and even if you don't like a more aggressive approach to Esper, because I don't, this deck actually plays really fun, mostly due to Elspeth. I really like this card. I think it's fun. So definitely recommend it. And the win rate, of course, is pretty high. Probably if you play some more games, it will go down as usually, but I think it's still a very strong Mythic deck. So definitely give it a try if you like this archetype. And as always, if you like the channel, do subscribe. It helps the channel grow. It really does. It's the big thing that makes, more people see the channel. So if you think this is something worth viewing for the others and you enjoy it, you can just subscribe, like, comment. It helps with YouTube. YouTube has its algorithm that basically decides whether you are recommended or not, and this is thanks to you guys that it is recommended. So thank you for everyone who did it, and if you didn't do it, consider if that's any value for you. Okay, with that being said, let's go into the videos and enjoy the games. Alright, so we are going second. And we have perfect Extraction Specialist hand, so let's see how it goes. I really hope someone will finally kill my 3-drop. Or 2-drop, sorry. Okay, they will definitely kill this 2-drop. Like, Professor is something that can stay, but Aspirant is just completely different. Especially that we look like Esper aggro, because like they play the same lands and they open with Aspirant as well. So, I'm pretty sure this will die. I'm surprised it didn't die already. I thought that it will die at the end step, but I guess main phase? It's funny because when I play any kind of aggro deck with Aspirant, this always freaking dies. Always. And when we have Extraction Specialist, it just keeps staying in the board for some reason. It's weird. It's funny. I do not mind it even. As long as it's in the board, like we are in pretty good situation. This is really bad drop for them. It doesn't really bring anything to the table. So let's go for the Esper mana, right? Do we attack first? Yeah, we definitely attack first and see what he does. Elspeth will be important. Oh boy, that's interesting. I didn't expect this block. To be honest, Extraction Specialist might be the play. Like, it is the highest stats, basically, especially with the lifelink. Yeah, I think this is the play. If they are tapped right now, they will play an angel, so there's no removal, and it means we don't get this value. And casting 2-1 instead of 3-2 with lifelink is a big deal for the rest of the game. Even if he has the removal, it means that he cannot cast an angel and he's still behind. The shuffler is so freaking rigged. I have never since New Capenna released seen this card played in any of the decks. And the moment I have one of them in the deck, suddenly this is like one of the first decks that I'm meeting. I have never seen this card played so far in my life. The matchmaker just saw that this card is in my deck and matched me with someone who also has this in his deck. That's so weird. Alright, back to the game. So what we can do? I guess just attacking is okay. This has 3 toughness. So, okay. I think this is the play. To be honest, I'm not sure if Vanishing Verse is that the good play? Like, he will have stronger things. Perfect. This is really good. So for right now we can get back the Aspirant anyway. He basically traded 2 for 0. And that's perfect, because this is something we already wanted to play. Let's go for, I guess, Swamp. And next turn it's Elspeth, and the game will suddenly completely change. We can have such a big creature. It will have 6 attack with lifelink, vigilance, or flying, or first strike. Like, this is actually crazy. And he needs to answer this in the next turn, and also he needs to answer Elspeth. So I'm pretty sure that we are on the great road to winning the game. I can't still believe, like, the moment you play those cards, suddenly you get enemies that play those cards. It's so ridiculous how they matchmake. Okay, but enough about this. It's fine. Hilarious, weird, but fine. You just need to put junk cards into your decks and you will suddenly keep playing against junk, I guess. So this is double white. Okay, how we do it? Enemy has Vanishing Verse mana. He actually does have it. Yeah, this is Vanishing Verse. So let's just attack. I think this will be the Emperor. I wanted to play Elspeth, but this is perfect target for Vanishing Verse. They trade 2 mana for my full turn. That's not what you want to give them. See? That would go to Elspeth. And that's definitely not what you want. Alright. So we need to go for card advantage, I guess. Can we cast the Professor? Yeah, we can refill the cards. That's actually pretty good. Man, I love teaching so much. I'm so sad it won't be in the format anymore. Such amazing card. This is what made lessons so good for blue color. Suddenly we completely refilled, and now we have another Planewalker that is game winning. We just need to make it happen. Like, enemy still has a lot of gas, but the problem is that he doesn't really have, like... okay, so he wants to flashback. Enjoy your 1 damage, my friend. What now? What now is the play? He really wanted to trade with something so he can get it back and draw a card, but we don't give him such card advantage easily. Okay, maybe I was baited into just giving him 3 damage, but honestly, it was worth the risk. It was worth the risk. Enemy is completely tapped, isn't he? So, I think it's Kaito, right? Yeah, enemy is tapped out completely. I could cycle, but I actually do like Ninja, especially that he just swept the board. So, no, he needs another sweeper already. And you know what? Ninja is the big boy. It's unblockable. It's actually the best card that you can give counter to. And if he has removal, now he, you know, Aspirant is not the best target anymore. Especially in the next turn, when this becomes 3-3, that's a big deal. And yeah, problem is that he is healing quite a lot, so we cannot pressure him, we need to go for the card value. But so far so good, to be honest. I'm pretty happy about what's going on. And actually, let's go for Elspeth. Okay, the counter goes here, but I'm not sure what the counter will be. Is this the Vigilance? Yeah, I think it's Vigilance. I think it's the first time I see this. Oh boy, you aren't ready about for what this ninja will become very soon. And we needed this. It was all planned, don't worry. I knew we will draw something to protect Kaito. Because honestly, Kaito is pretty big deal. I should protect this card. I kinda didn't, but I was too excited about having 4/4 Vigilance Ninja. On the bright side, they need to both kill Elspeth, Kaito, Aspirant, and also a ninja that will keep blocking. And that's a big deal, because we can even double block the Hive. We lose Aspirant, but I do not care, I think. Especially if he taps out so heavily. We have two drops, so we don't care which one he exiles. And I actually will double block. I think I will. He cannot Meathook after the attack, so I wonder what he will do. Show me the attacks. I want to see how you want to attack. Because it won't be easy, especially that we can remove one of the pieces. Oh, that was a simple attack. Okay, okay. I actually don't mind it at all. And you can see that the Vigilance already made such a big difference. I wonder what this is. Okay, do we Vanishing Verse first or we block first? Is that the difference? I will block first. See what's up. Because he might react right now. But problem is he needs to kill the ninja. He has something. You know what? It's what? 3 damage? Elspeth won't die to this. He might have Black March and exile one of the cards. Okay, you got me. It is very greedy. There's many targets to exile, like this, Wedding Announcement, even Meathook Massacre, all of them are really good to exile. But I just went with Elspeth. Let's see if that's a good decision. Okay, by the way, ninja is one color, if I remember. Create blue, yeah, so it's blue. Okay, let's put the counter. Do we want damage? Flying doesn't change anything really. It's Aether first strike. I also don't think it matters, so let's go for the lifelink. Lifelink is usually high value. Aspirant. Man, this ninja will be just an insane combo monster. Look at this crap. 6/6 Vigilance lifelink. This will kill the enemy if he doesn't answer it in like 2 turns. Let's draw some cards. Shall we?
Thanks.
That's pretty bad.
I'll be taking that now.
Okay, let's go for white. We could cast another Aspirant, but I don't think we need to. I think Wandering Emperor is enough, and we might start pumping the Samurai then. Like, Samurai can get flying, because it has Vigilance already, and that's perfect. We're at 31, by the way. Oh my god, this will become like Sarah Angel soon. Are you serious? Oh, that's a 6. You went really greedy, my friend. Please go away with the Meathook. Enjoy your nightmare. This ninja will be his nightmare. Enjoy. Meathook for 6. Yeah, I guess he can use the Gust. But you know what? He's tapped out. And we have 3 Planewalkers. So I actually do not mind it one bit. Now we go oh my god. Oh my god, this is so much value. Look at this thing. So we do like this, into Professor, into Mascot Exhibition. Oh my god, it's actually insane. Oh boy, that was fun. We can actually very quickly ultimate, right?
Show 'em what
So let's go for the first strike right now. And let's make a token. So we have more dudes.
Keep watch for intruders.
Do I want to cycle? Or just make another? How many Meathooks he had? Already 2, right? In top 20 cards. If he plays 4, he shouldn't have next one for like 20 cards. He doesn't play snow version, so no blood on the snow. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Like, all of those creatures are really irritating for him to deal with. Like, he has no way to deal with anything. He needs a sweeper. Even in the graveyard, like, he has so many flashback cards, but nothing to get back from the graveyard. Yeah, all of the good creatures were exiled. Like, he wants to use this to draw cards from the creature on ATB effect, but everything is exiled. Are you serious? Who the hell plays this card? This is also one of the cards I haven't seen in like few months. Shuffler, you are doing some magic. I actually never seen this card since I don't know where and when. I don't mind, we probably will still win, but it's so weird. Okay, you know what? Let's amp the pressure. I think that's what we need to do. This will be such a big ninja, you will be in doubt, my friend. This will be the biggest ninja you have ever seen. Each one of our ninjas is like this. Do we have enough mana? We need to discard 3 cards. Oh my god, Interceptor would be so amazing. But we cannot play it right now. Next turn, is it good enough? I don't think so. I think we need to refill the board in case he sweeps. And that's a 5 damage already, even with this one. He can block something, but to block an extraction specialist, he needs to basically give up one of the creatures, so, you know, only Samurai is free trade. But then he gets, what, 9 damage on the face? And the problem for him is that he's top decking. He's actually top decking, so he can pay 5 mana to get the gas, and he will draw 1 card, but it's basically half of his turn, if not more. And what he does next turn, right? And we keep drawing cards. Not the best cards, but honestly Hive might make a difference. Especially with Rafin, Hive is a big deal. Like, it's basically a 4 extra attack next turn. That's super hard to block. And something that you can connive with Rafin, so all the damage goes through and he cannot really block it. Like, he can block it, but then he wastes two charm blockers into 1 creature, so you still get ahead in the damage. He knows right now. I'm pretty sure he will explode right now. Sure. By the way, 33 life! 33 life for some reason. Oh my god, I like playing Elspeth so much. We didn't play Elspeth enough. It's just such a fun card. Like, she makes every single minion just threatening nightmare and like some horror creature. So enemy is thinking for quite a lot of time, but I don't think what he wants to do. Like, attacking Planewalkers doesn't change a thing. Bro, you are dead on board next turn. You need to protect. The only reason I can think of is he top decked Vanishing Verse, so he can get rid of the ninja. Like, I have no idea, unless he wants to force some mistakes from our side, I guess. Cool. What now? Yeah, I did it. Okay, my friend, so what is the plan right now? Can you give me the secret? We of course use the damage in symmetrical way. Enemies completely tap out, so we don't need to overdo on the ninja. We use Rafin because it's the hardest one to kill and it has only 1 attack. He wants us to pump the ninja so he can get rid of all the damage. Sure. If he didn't attack, we maybe would have a problem, but he did. And now we pump. That was a complete misplay, in my opinion. And looking at his HP, I think that's pretty true. He shouldn't attack, definitely. Planewalkers are a pain, but he just basically gambled that we'll do a mistake. Okay, so opponent goes first, but we definitely don't really have like creatures. So we are playing like a typical control, I guess? You know what? Let's try. Let's see how it goes. Because we can stay away in the longer... Never mind. Just skip whatever I said. So let's go with... I have zero idea. Let's go with white here. Because we just drew a creature, so suddenly we are playing normally. Yeah, and we can stay away. You basically get some value sooner or later. What is this thing? So... some kind of magecraft deck. Whenever you cast put counter down. Oh, it's just a skin? Alright, it's just a skin. Okay, so the deck is pretty known. So for this reason we definitely need black mana. And honestly, we should kill it right now. They have ways to protect it, and there's a high chance that they have one or two creatures. If we kill them, maybe they don't have any ways to protect it. See? That's way better. And let's go for blue. So we have full mana palette. That's a weird word. Let's play the Professor and get the Environmental Science. I guess we can still exile something. Okay, for a moment I thought I don't have Environmental Science and I got really scared. So if something will have 2 toughness, we might try to kill it at the end step, but I don't think he will tap out completely. And even 1 blue mana is enough. Alright, let's see what he does. It should be like typical magecraft, but they usually play white and green. So this is something else, I'm not sure what yet. Okay, like sure. Mark, will the bluff work? Easy damage. Easy damage. Alright, so do we go for Legion Angel? I think we do. I think this is pretty high value overall. And this will punch quite a bit of damage. So it forces some reaction usually. Yeah, and we can kill the deck basically anytime we want. We will have to exile probably this creature. But we have Extraction Specialist and we don't have multiples. Skip that, that's completely good enough. So I honestly think we will win this. We need white, I guess. Yeah, we have the most white cards, so let's play them. Let's just get rid of this stuff and keep attacking until he dies. That's what we do, don't we? There might be a sweeper, but honestly with Legion Angel, sweepers are not as scary because you basically repeat it and he cannot flip in 1 turn, even though that's what he needs basically. Okay, 2 mana is a bit scarier. 2 mana is a bit scarier. He can flip next turn, but he probably cannot cast anything then. So let's attack, as always, and see if now he will change his mind. Oh, he's taking the damage, nice. We do not have any 2 mana creature. We could also go for the Emperor, but I think Legion Angel is a bit better overall. It's a shame it's not an instant, but I do understand why it isn't. We can hit for 3, because we have only 1 black card. Oh, okay. Fading Hope is a big deal. Not gonna lie. Fading Hope is actually incredibly strong here. Let's see how he flips it. How efficient he will be. Oh, okay. He cannot. And Interceptor is also pretty big deal. He cannot cast Memory Deluge, so that's not the play. Will he keep taking this 2 damage every single turn? You can see that he has doubts right now. He really has doubts. First we do the hit, because we want to make sure that it deals the damage. And honestly, at this point, I think mana efficiency is most important. So we will do it like this. The dragon also has 4 toughness. And what is the target? His own creature. Sure. Like, will you have time to recast it and pump up to 7 again? I don't think so, to be honest. So let's keep casting some Legion Angels. Unfortunately, Specialist doesn't have too much place to shine because enemy just doesn't kill our 2-drop. For some weird reason. As you can see, it's just a bit too slow, I think. Okay, like, he definitely keeps drawing every single removal he needs. This is a cleric. You know what? That's actually a pretty big deal. So, tell me what you got. Like, removing one of the oh, that must have hurt. Oh boy, that hurts. Okay, let's attack and see what's up. Okay, this time he blocks. Fair enough, fair enough. And I guess maybe Legion Angel? I heard they are pretty good in pressuring the enemy. I hope his top decks are really good. Man, this Acquisition Expert was just brutal. What about the next one? Oh my god, it's a warrior! We went up to 3 even. If he has something, he needs to cast it right now, exactly. Yeah, he can recast it, so there's no way to go around it. But he has such a long way to go to flip anything. And he doesn't have 7 mana even. He doesn't have red anymore. So it means that we can just flip it. And force him to discard. Let's get rid of... Oh boy, I guess 1 Extraction Specialist. So then he cannot recast it, we discard it, and basically he is top decking and he cannot even cast Memory Deluge. And even if he flips, he cannot do anything to activate the instant ability of the dragon, so he was just super behind. Alright, we are going first with Professor... You know what, I'll take it. I like having specialists in the opening hand. So this one is white, this one is blue, and this one is black, so we have the Esper mana then. Okay, and this will be... Actually we go for the Aspirant, so Professor has basically like card advantage, but Aspirant just has more in the board, and it's much better target just to, you know, kill by the enemy. And I'm attacking because I really want him to kill it. He just cannot. I don't know why. Bro, just attack it. He has the correct mana to do those things. So what do? I think we go for the teachings. Definitely teachings. It's also some pressure that he needs to play a lot of cards. But I don't think he can empty his hands. Oh, okay. So, and that's why I really like the teachings. The fact that you get them usually makes opponent make bad play and things like this. He didn't want to remove the Aspirant before. He did it because of the teachings. And we basically got card advantage for free. So yeah. And we can probably still do it, right? Let's see if there's priority. Nope. So he cannot play any kind of instant. If we play this, we still get to draw a card. Perfect. Of course, enemy needs to kill something without the exile effect. He doesn't even know that the exile was the biggest thing here. Okay, I do not mind. I have zero idea what we are playing against. It seems to be a mix of Control and Boros. So, sure, why not? Let's get rid of this crap. Or should I say this creature that we all like and love. And let's go for the Professor. Honestly, I will go for mascots. Like, we will be able to cast them very soon. I will play the white land first. And let's keep attacking. It seems that we are on the best track to just kill the enemy outright. And we need to pressure so he feels forced to just start killing them. And then the extraction specialist is even better. Let's attack first. Oh boy, I feel that the enemy is completely dead. Like, look at this freaking value. I don't need even more lands. I actually will cycle one of the lands, because it's better. Nice. I know I don't get the thingy that I tried to get, but we will hit 7 mana one way or another. Like, he's nearly dead already. It's what? 5 damage, he's at 6. And then we cast Emperor at the end step and we make Samurai, pump it, and basically enemy is dead, right? So I think this should be pretty quick game overall. As always, let's attack. He should take it, to be honest. Like, Shaman is so important. Okay, we don't have anything in the graveyard because of the exile effect. If we play this, we cannot Emperor, so for this reason, of course, we do not. Let's see his play. He needs to make something extremely powerful. I honestly don't know what it can be. Smashing Success. So, is this the land destruction deck? Honestly, it's really hard to tell, if I'm being honest. I do not block, I do not exile, because I just want to kill the enemy. Or should I say opponent? I will never learn this. It's just habit. Dread Pirate Robbers 2021. Oh, okay, okay. This is definitely something that can do it. However, that's why we kept Emperor.
We must protect the people.
And let's go for some value, shall we? So, my friend, what did you mention about the board? Let's go for the reduce to memory. Like, we have so many cards that we really don't care. And I will put the counter, because this one damage will matter. It might even win us the game sometimes. And also I want to be sure that if he sweeps again, we have -1 again. If I did -1, then the next one kills the Emperor. So no. Why do it? Big score, sure. We might even, if he taps out completely, we might even cast Emperor just for extra token and probably kill him. So no. Stuff. Sticky Fingers. Menace when deals combat to a player, when dies draw a card. Sure. That's probably the weirdest deck I have ever seen in my life. I have zero idea what the plan is. It seems like a random cards, to be honest. Like, in all honesty, it seems like a bunch of different cards. Okay, no priority, no priority. So for this reason I'm casting the Emperor. I'm not really counting, but I think there's high chance we just kill him right now. This is Exile, yeah, and he's dead. That was a super weird game, but definitely we put out the value. Sweeper didn't matter at all.